if there is anything on Zoom that can, you'll probably be able to hear him a little more. I will open it up for questions here for Coach Bresnahan after an opening statement. Go ahead, Coach.
So yeah, it was a tough game, tough loss for us. I'm proud of our team and the way they fought. You know, I mean, there's a lot of things that we can clean up and continue to get better with, but I just thought I saw a lot of fight in our guys. I saw a lot of teamwork with our guys. Those are two things that I think will serve us well over the next few weeks. So, you know, we just got to put this behind us and move forward. But I am, you know, playing, it was a good football team. They were at home. They had a good crowd. You know, those are all things that you have to do when you go on the road. And I was really impressed with how our guys handled it. You know, it was a lot of ebb and flow in this game, and some good for us, some bad for us, but they kept battling and hung in there. So, you know, it's tough. It's just tough when you lose. But I'm very happy that our guys are growing like they're growing together, and we're going to be a good football team.
Coach, we saw rotation at quarterback in week 1. Today it was sticking with EJ. He makes a big play on a run at the end of the game to score a touchdown. How can you evaluate his play, and then what's the quarterback situation going forward?
Well, I mean, we're going to continue to go forward with the quarterback. I don't know. I haven't seen this tape yet. I thought EJ played a good game. You know, this is a tough team defensively, the way they do some of the things, and he made some big plays for us, made some good throws. You know, and it's hard to say without seeing the film. And I give a lot of credit to Troy, because Troy is a pro, and you know, we'll get together as staff and talk about it as we go forward. But I certainly think that he played well, and you know, we'll have to talk about it and see what's going to go forward. But like I said, I was very pleased with how he handled it, and you know, and Troy as well. So we'll see going forward.
Coach, 2 games in a row where your offense scored 12 points, 1 at home and 1 away. What are you seeing in general from the offense, and maybe improving getting points on the board?
Well, yeah, I wasn't here for the first 12 pointers, so I can't speak to that. You know, I think that we had chances today to score some points, and I think as we continue to grow, we'll get better at that. You know, they didn't score a lot either, so you know, it was a pretty hard-fought football game, which I thought, against 2 pretty good teams. And you know, we're going to continue to work the way we work. I love our guys. I love the way they work. We have from what I've seen, we have the beginnings of a good team. You can't say that much anymore these days. So I'm excited to see how we progress as we go forward.
Anything else for Coach in the room?
Good?
Oh, just one more quick about the defense.
Yeah.
Jaron Horton's done a phenomenal job these last 2 weeks. The defensive line, I thought, played really well there. I got a big stuff on the goal line and then another huge one on a 4th down. How do you evaluate your defense at this point?
Well, the reason that I got Jaron here was because he's good, and he certainly is showing that, you know, and he's got the guys believing in him. I mean, I think we have really good competition in practice, and I think that helps both sides of the ball. And Jaron's doing a really good job with those guys. He's a good football coach, and you know, it was definitely a lot of give and take in this game, but his guys really fought. Our guys, I mean, the offensive guys fought, the defensive guys fought, everybody fought. So, but you got to give Jaron credit. He's done a good job.
All right, we've got time for one from Zoom if we've got one. Avian, do you have a question?
How you doing, Coach? This is Avian Plummer from AFN. I want you to speak on John Day Adams as he went over 100 yards today. I believe he's the first receiver to go over 100 yards in the UFL this season. Talk about his progression and what did you see from him today?
He made some good plays. He's a good runner, good route runner, and you know, the ball just came his way today. I think what we try to do, when we throw it is it goes by progressions, and he had a good day today. So he works hard, and I admire him for the way he works, and you know, hopefully that'll pay off for him down the road, because it was nice to see that today.
All right, Coach, thank you very much.
You got it.
Eli, EJ, you want to come up?
I'll be there. Okay. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back.
Thank Thank you very much.
All right. On your left, quarterback E.J. Perry. On your right, defensive back Eli Walker. Let's open up for questions. Here.
Was there anything that DC gave you guys that you weren't expecting, put out there on the floor, on the field that you weren't expecting? DC, both of you. You know?
No, I mean they're a good defense. They play their man. They want to play a lot of man. Then they play two Tampa, and they have some wrinkles in there with pressures that they do. But I thought our team did a great job. You know, there was a bad pick that I threw that took 3 points at least off the board, and then you know, we had a couple times when we were down there, and we just have to score touchdowns.
I'll pretty say the same thing about defense. We had a pretty good week of preparing, and I don't think they, showed anything that we didn't prepare for. Like Coach said, we just fell short. We were that close to just win the game. I feel like we prepared as a team very well.
Quick one for EJ. So Ken Wisenhunt now back calling plays. It was a little different in week one. How much more comfortable were you getting back with Coach Wiz and then getting also to play a full game without having to rotate in and out with Troy?
Yeah, I thought it was just another week of time on task, and there's so many little things that we see out there that's just time on task. I mean, this is the first year together, and this league is about a short camp. I noticed it, I think, last week. Every single team that won had a returning quarterback. So, it's one of those things that we have to get up to speed on with these receivers, and I thought we made a big progression from week one to week two. I mean, we threw the ball a lot better, on little things this week, and we're going to have to keep doing that, and you see that in the red zone. I mean, that's where time on task is the biggest thing in the world, because, everything quickens up in the red zone. Everyone's playing tighter, safeties are shorter, so there's going to be a big emphasis on doing that. The one I missed to Kawami was just they were playing two-man, and they play hard inside leverage. I was trying to back shoulder a seam route into him and give him a chance, and he was trying to nod over the top. And it's just little things like that you see in the red zone from us that we just have to keep working at.
Check the Zoom. Anybody on Zoom here got questions? Yep, Avian, go ahead.
How you doing, EJ? This is Avian Plummer from AFN. You took a couple shots at the beginning of the game, but you was able to bounce back and scramble for a couple plays, including that 20-yard touchdown at the end. How are you feeling? And are you feeling? Is it affecting? Did it affect the way you threw the ball today with the abdominal injury? Just give me your thoughts on it.
Yeah, I'll be fine. It's one of those things you got to work through. It hurts your rotation, but it's just football. Football's a hard game.
All right, anything else? All right, gentlemen, thank you.
Thank you.
You guys go out right. Out there and go to the left. Thanks, fellas.